Hiya anybody, I'm Luppi. This is Super Mario 35, and here's today's daily challenges. Rank in the top 20, clear 4 courses, use the item roulette 10 times. Cool, cool, cool. Look at that. We've cleared the first level 999 times. Yesterday, I recorded an hour of 35 player battle and 45 minutes of special battle. But due to technical difficulties, I lost that footage. So that sucks. So if you're wondering why there's a gap for the 18th, that's why. It really sucks. Like, I didn't just lose my Super Mario stuff, I also lost Tetris and there was something else I recorded yesterday. That gets me a little down, but I don't know. Could be worse, I guess. Today I tried the Sephiroth challenge in Super Smash Bros. Easy mode is easy. Normal mode can be a challenge. But, like, the hard mode is kicking my butt. And I know I don't have to do anything with it for realsies, but I don't know. I feel bad that I can't beat it in very hard. I would like to. But I don't think that's in the cards. My thumb hurts on my right hand because I was playing it so long. I spent like over an hour today just messing with the Sephiroth challenge. I don't know. Guess I should stay in my lane and stick to Super Mario, eh? Or maybe I should keep struggling and get some good content out for you guys. I don't know. I also did spend some time playing the easy mode, just seeing what characters I could beat Sephiroth with as a way of venting. Because normal seems like it's a little difficult, but as long as I'm not making too many mistakes, I can do it. But very hard is going to require like perfect play from me, which isn't something I can do in Smash Brothers. In any game, really, you know. When do I have a round that I do perfectly in Super Mario? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Would really like to... I don't know, I'd like to keep working on the games I'm already posting videos for, like Smash Bros, Mario, Animal Crossing. But I also want to branch out, because I do have a large backlog of games that needs to get worked through, you know? And I'd like to actually record games that I've played and beaten before I started recording, too. I feel like that would be fun. It might not, like some games might be pretty boring to do again. I feel like a lot of games, since I haven't played them, knowing that I'd record at some point, like having a first run go through with everyone could be cool. I don't know. I guess I'll play it by ear until I decide I like it or don't, and then we'll figure out where this channel's going. I would like to have it have literally almost every game that I own on it at some point. That's gonna take literally thousands of hours of playing and recording and editing and uploading. Like, when you consider everything, it's gonna literally require thousands of hours of gameplay and then probably tens of thousands of hours of everything else. Like, to upload a video, it takes easily double to triple the time just to edit and upload, export. When you consider all those, it takes way longer, like 4 to 6 times longer, really, when you think about it. And some of that might just be because I have a shitty computer. And adequate internet. I say adequate because it's better than it was. I can actually play games online, which is fun. I enjoy it. I'd like to do some Splatoon 2 as well. But I also want to do I want to buy and do the DLC for Splatoon as well. I never did the Octo expansion. So I want to suffer through that too. Who knows, maybe that's what 2021 will be. We'll figure out a way to make other people pay for my games, and we'll just keep playing for everyone who watches. I don't know. If you want to see me play specific games though, continue to suggest them. Because I would love to play stuff for you guys that you guys want to see. And I know I do want to play things that I want to enjoy playing, but at the end of the day, like, we're a team. So if you want to see me fail at stuff, want to see me succeed at stuff, keep cheering me on, keep telling me. I'd love to grow this channel out. And I know that sounds like the way everybody talks, but I just like seeing the numbers change. That's me. And that's kind of impersonal, a little bit. But that's kind of where my interest is. Like, I do love playing games. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm also one of those people that like seeing change. I'm the kind of guy where I'll grow my hair out for half the year and then cut it. Like, not because of specific length or anything, just it's fun to watch it change and then grow again. That's how I get my kicks. In the most boring way possible. I'm the kind of guy who could watch paint dry on a wall. Like, you don't know what you're missing until you've done that for realsies. Takes forever. But to watch the subtle color changes of some paints, really interesting. I'm not even lying. Like, some paints will, like, literally go from a very vivid color to... they'll kind of dull out as they dry. And I'm not even talking about how, like, wet paint looks kind of glossy no matter what. And how lots of paints are matte. No, like... they'll actually have subtle color changes. It's really neat. But yeah, enough about my weird interests. Let's continue talking about my weird interests. I love playing this game because I get to rant for an hour or so. Like, the best days are the days where I rant so long and so hard that I don't even notice what place I'm at the entire time. I enjoy that the most. I feel like it's really easy to get caught up in being 5th place, or 3rd place, or 1st place, or last place, you know. And it's kind of like Mario Kart. You're not supposed to worry about your place. You're supposed to have fun with your friends. And if you can't do that much, then you're supposed to, like, sabotage your friends, at least. I think my favorite Nintendo discourse lately that isn't Nintendo sucks as a company is all the people who believe that we'll get another Mario Kart on the Switch. I find that really interesting. Because we've never had... like, it's a really weird situation. We've never had a straight-up port of a Mario Kart game be the main console game ever, you know? And historically speaking, like, it makes sense. It's kind of like, wow, ultimate out of Smash 4, but also kind of isn't. Like, if it's not broken, why fix it? And Nintendo really did bust out. Really did use the Wii U as a chance to learn how to do HD games. And even that wasn't enough. Like, 4 years of a failing system was not enough for them to figure it out. Like, they took great strides. Like, I think we should all commend them for actually putting in the work. But, like, they're still struggling to put out games regularly. Although I don't really care, because, like, this year at least they have the excuse of coronavirus, of COVID-19, you know? I think it's a smart idea to keep your employees safe. I've been arguing that in every arena the entire time, it's been an issue, so... Yeah, I can't really turn around and be like, oh yeah, Nintendo needs to quit being such a little bitch, and then... they need to get games out. How are we supposed to support them if they don't release content? I don't know. Those aren't my feelings at all on the subject. I know there are a lot of people I see on social media who do have opinions that are kind of like that. Mostly younger Nintendo fans. And those people are always gonna have like the really weird edgy opinions are always gonna be like the really young kids who don't really know, like, who aren't really there yet in terms of knowing Nintendo's history. They just know like the Nintendo that's been presented to them for the last like 5 years or so. 2 years, a year, you know? So they have a very skewed like perspective on the fact that Nintendo basically does the same thing every so often. I don't really believe in Nintendo or have faith in them, but I'm always impressed whenever they impress me. Frequently disappointed. I don't know. As an adult, you can't really love or like any corporation because they're all pretty evil. They're all destroying this planet. They're all just trying to get money back into the shareholders' hands at the expense of their employees. But I feel like Nintendo generally does a pretty darn good job of being less evil. That's not to say they don't have greedy practices, it's not to say they don't have backwards practices, and it's not to say that some of their execs and shareholders aren't completely out of touch, but I don't know. As far as I know, like, their leadership doesn't actively seek to rob their devs and their other employees of opportunities to build good games. I don't know. I say that, but it's like, we're never getting another F-Zero or Chibi Robo or potentially even Pikmin ever again, so LOL. Whatever you make of that, you know. I still maintain that they could make, if they really wanted to, they could easily make an F-Zero side game that was just like a roguelike RPG. People would play the shit of actually being a bounty hunter as Captain Falcon. Or just being a bounty hunter in the F-Zero world. Like, there's so much weird lore, and so many cool aliens, like, mechanics in F-Zero. Or even if you just made it so that the, like, space race car part of it was just... I just want Grand Theft Auto except in the F-Zero universe. That's what I want. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to get across. That's what I want. Just like I want a Paper Zelda game. Just like I wanted... It's weird because back in 2010, or not 2010, like 8 or 7, whenever the Yoshi game came out, you know? The first Yoshi Island DS. Like, that game's aesthetic really made me want a side-scrolling Pikmin game. And then Hey Pikmin came out, and I was like, I don't really want to play this. It's funny. I really thought, at the time, with Yoshi's Island DS, that a platforming Pikmin game would work. I don't know. It's weird that the people who basically perfected platformers can't really figure out a way to, like, sell can't really, like, modernize it, you know? And I think that's why people enjoy 2D roguelike so much, because it adds that element. It adds an element to it that it didn't have before. Like, Risk of Rain isn't intensive graphically. It has bits and pieces of lore, but it's not like people wrote that over the course of decades, you know? It's just... And this isn't to say that, like, people didn't work hard for Risk of Rain. They did. It's a very neat piece of video game history. But it really does play like a slightly better NES game. And I think Nintendo really needs to work on looking towards what other people are doing successfully. And tweaking that. And I think that's why Breath of the Wild works so well. And like games like Super Mario Odyssey really worked really well. Because they did do that. They looked at what other games are doing and tweaked it for their flagship franchises. And I think fans really want to see more of that. Like, as much as we all would happily buy the same Zelda game another 20 times, or the same Mario game another 20 or 30 times over the course of our lives, I think everybody really wants a new take, too. And that's always a hard sell, because nobody's ever going to be happy with everything. If you change things too much, like, you're going to alienate the people who just wanted the same thing. But if you don't change things at all, is your franchise really alive, you know? This is just me musing. It's not really serious. It's not meant to be a big take on anything. When you consider how long most video game franchises last, though, like, the fact that Mario and Zelda are still pumping out games constantly, or that Kirby's never really had a terrible game, is pretty impressive when you think about it. Like, Nintendo is doing something right. Even if that thing is, most of the time, like, seriously vetting what companies you allow to hold or work with your IPs. How's that? We're actually talking about video games for once. I don't know. I feel like video game dev discourse is increasing because of Cyberpunk. And that's a really unfortunate situation, because the devs work hard, but what can you do if the company's execs only give you so much money or so much time? Like, crunch never works. Like, forcing employees to work overtime to pump out a product in a very small amount of time with a complete lack of resources never works. And I guess, and this is just me, the amount of games I've seen that were delayed hugely, that have been like great games, is very small personally. Like, in terms of Nintendo's end, I can really only think of Breath of the Wild. Like, yeah, there are minor delays, but I'm actually not really excited for Metroid Prime 4. Like, I know Nintendo's got a better track record, but in general, the theme is games that get delayed a lot generally aren't good. Like, if Nintendo already did more if Nintendo already did more tweaking of the Zelda format before Breath of the Wild, people wouldn't have been nearly as positive towards it as they were. And it really didn't... I don't know, it had some glitches at the beginning. Like, it had a lot of rough patches. Like, if you were in a forest and had a lot of enemies, like, it would slow down and get a little glitchy. But nothing game-breaking. So that's cool. I don't know. I just remember the GameCube was the first thing that made me realize that games could be pretty terrible. And I say this as someone who played the Atari and the NES, which had tons of broken, terrible games, both of them. Especially the Atari. Like, the NES had a lot less, because Nintendo actually bothered to review stuff and make sure everything was up to par. It still had a lot of garbage, but at least it was mostly functional garbage. Semi-functional garbage. The Atari had a lot of stuff that you couldn't even play. Like, can you imagine people spent like the equivalent of $80 on a game where you stayed on one screen the entire time? All for a high score that occasionally didn't even get saved because there weren't any like batteries to save it on? Like, that's crazy to me. Oh no. Give me a power-up. Well, not the one I wanted. It's not the one I needed. It's the one I got, though. Oh, okay. That was fun. Really enjoy that. Yeah, the GameCube was pretty wild though. Because you went from like... You only really played like the big games on the N64. And that's not to say we didn't have like random third-party games. Like, there was a South Park or two, there was all kinds of random games, but you didn't have the big names like Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy. So a lot of people started playing the PlayStation. And that's an interesting bit of like Nintendo/video game lore too. Like, the fact that Nintendo literally created their largest rival for the rest of their game's existence simply because they didn't want to share rights with Sony over a CD drive. And then out of their weird bitterness towards this, like, it's weird because in interviews, it'll occasionally really sound like it was pettiness over the fact that they didn't want to get the full... I don't know, they didn't want to pay for the CD drive, or they didn't want to share rights with Sony, or they just didn't want to... I don't know. It's always really weird. Like, the fact that the N64 used cartridges instead of discs was equal parts like this Fallout, and they really believed that cartridges were still the way to go because they thought a smaller game would be better than loading times. And on one hand, like, as someone who lives in the modern age, like, heck yeah, loading times suck. And a lot of game developers don't know how to make their games optimized to efficiently make use of the time and resources they have packed in. Nintendo's fairly good at doing that. You still have a lot of loading times with the Switch, I feel. But you do get a lot of, like, loading tip screens, you do get a lot of, like, stupid whatevers. Like, I don't know, there are tons of games and developers that are way worse at this kind of stuff. Who shouldn't be, because they've been at this game just as long, you know? It's weird, it's wild. It's absolutely mind-boggling. But at the same time, you have to remember, Nintendo's just not one building full of people, it's literally hundreds of buildings spread out across this entire world. Like, they own so many random small studios, they've always got dozen of projects going at once. Just in-house, just in, like, their second-party houses and their third-party houses, like, Nintendo's always got something going. Like, you can think it's weird that we're still getting our DLC characters for Smash when Nintendo has basically slowed down the release of their games to a crawl, but... I mean, the way it sounds, it really wasn't that big of a stretch for Sora and Namco, whatever, to go work from home as opposed to, like, every Nintendo office ever. So, I don't know. And also it sounds like Sakurai does a lot of the work himself, and that might be an exaggeration or an outright lie, but it does seem like he does a lot of this stuff on his own. Oof. Cool. Kinda would like to see. And that was... I was third place? I was not paying attention. I would have been a little more intelligent about my jump there if I knew I was that close to... Wow. I need to use the item thingy more. That should be knocked out already. I'm just looking at how much I've beaten. Like 3, 5, 6. Like, why is this one 6? Like, all of these are like 100, 50, 30, 40, 50, and then this one's just 6. Nobody likes 4, 3. Weird. But yeah, you didn't miss much yesterday. I lost at 8-4. I was the second place person. The other person hadn't even reached 8-4 yet. I was in the middle of the water and I ran out of time. So upset. I guess that's life though. But yeah, it's really hard to be one of those people where it's like, yeah, I'm not defending Nintendo, but I'm also gonna argue with people who are shitting on Nintendo too constantly. I don't know. My feelings are they're a corporation, and if the world enacted laws to be a little crueler to corporations, I'd approve of that. Like, I don't care. If it means I have to pay a little more for games, but like everybody in the world gets a higher wage and the world's not gonna end in 50 years, I approve of that. Oh well. That's a net positive for the world. I don't know. And like, sometimes the way it sounds, and this is a hot take in and of itself, is that the only way to really save the world would be to get rid of like, most of the overconsumption of modern amenities, which would basically mean like, less video games, less technology in general. And in some ways that's smart and good. Like, think of how many lithium batteries for random things are just sitting in landfills. That's awful. Like, or just think of how many discarded cell phones and stuff there are in this world that are potential bombs eventually. I don't know. It's something I think about occasionally. Having read articles about how dangerous lithium batteries are under the wrong circumstances. Having one in a toolbox in my room. At some point, apparently the place near me that was a recycling center closed down. And it's like, yeah, I can see that. Literally nobody near me would use it because they're all ding-dongs who burn everything. I'm not shitting you. I know at least 4 or 5 different people who have burn barrels, and that's how they get rid of a significant part of their garbage. Well, I just don't want to pay the city every frickin' week, and it's like, that's not crazy, that's irresponsible. And I don't know, I kinda get it. But I also don't, because these aren't people who are hurting for money. Like, none of them are people without paychecks. Some way or another. So that's what gets me too, like... You can't pay $8 for the stupid trash company to pick up your thing? I don't know. Shouldn't get mad at people about, like, their money stuff usually, because you never know. You never know who's gotta pay, like, medical bills, or who's got debt because of some dumb reason. So I try not to judge, even though I'm always judgmental. I'm a jerk. If there's one thing you guys can learn to be a little less of a jerk than I am. Learn from my poor example. Words I wish I had like 20 years ago. But I've always been a bad role model. And it's sad to see that play out in real life. It really is sad to see, like, the bad advice you give the people actually harm them when they're adults. And while, like, there may not be any blood on my hands because I was a kid too then, I don't know, it still feels kind of bad. It's something that weighs on my mind occasionally. Probably shouldn't, but it does. So yeah, be the best you want to be. It's not gonna make everyone happy, but literally, literally no one can. Even Republicans hate Mr. Rogers, and Jesus was killed by his own people, so you know, that's how it goes. Although to be fair to the Jewish people, a lot of that is completely forgetting it was the Romans who executed him, you know? It is scapegoating a group of people very far removed from this event that happened, allegedly, thousands of years ago. And that the man in question arguably wouldn't have done that himself, you know? He would not have said it's okay to persecute people. Because you persecuted me, you know? Like, that's not the Jesus Christ way. He would have turned some fish into bread or something, and... He would have turned rocks into bread, would have turned like bugs into fish and would have fed everyone and been like, hey man, be better. That's all I ask. That's all that God asks too. He's my dad sometimes. Other times he's me, you know. This isn't a grift. Watch me fly into the sky. A magic corpse. That's pretty sacrilegious, but it's a little funny. Christianity's a little funny sometimes. Like, if you don't think about it, it's pretty hilarious. When you do think about it, it becomes like either the darkest kind of funny or like really tragic. Well, that sucks. Just a few seconds off. Oh boy. Okay. That's a lot of piranha plants. Oh dear. I jumped into that one. Hey, I leveled up for no reason. I don't know. It's weird seeing like people when I was a kid who are all like, the world just gets so offended nowadays, being the ones who are getting offended by everything. It's really weird to me. Because apparently, like, what they meant was, I just want to be a jerk to people and nobody should call me out on it. Which is funny, for its like lack of self-awareness, but it's kind of sad that these are adults who can vote, and are raising kids, and have jobs with more influence than I ever will have, you know? That's upsetting. Because I should have all the influence, too. Like, I make bad choices. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm a pathetic loser. I should definitely be a politician by now. Or a king. An emperor. A space pirate. I don't care. Give me any kind of title. Throw riches at me, I don't care. I mean, I do care. That would change my life immensely. To be granted a spaceship and a title. It's the new nobility and the new landedness. Having a spaceship and a, like, space pirate title. I'm not seeing very many enemies, I feel. That's tragic. Maybe they'll all pop in for a visit later in the game. As opposed to having a drought at the end of the game. Who knows? Yeah. The one nice thing about, like, less enemies is I get to keep my fire flower. So that's always a positive. So I'm trying to feed my parents' cat a little bit later each day. So I'd rather start feeding him when I wake up at like 2 p.m. as opposed to at midnight. I feel like that would be an easier schedule to keep. And maybe a little more natural for him. Even though he just eats whenever. Like, if there's food, he'll eat it. Or he won't. He's the cat. He gets to choose when he does stuff. That's the life Tippy leads. Making choices. And reaping those consequences in a kitty cat way. Usually it just means more time for napping. Or less time for napping. Occasionally it means he dies. Or gets very close to it before I intervene. That reminds me of this one Christmas, when I was a younger kid. We got these kittens, and they were named Tiger and Kirby. And it was their first Christmas, and it was their first time seeing a Christmas tree. And they loved that thing. They'd run at it and jump through it. They almost killed themselves multiple times on the Christmas lights. We had to take the Christmas lights down because they kept like getting caught in it, like, and hanging themselves basically, like sometimes by their necks, sometimes by their limbs. It was never fun to find one of them just dangling, positioned really precariously in the tree. But yeah, that happened multiple times. Fun stuff. I miss those cats. They're very, very adorable. Very, other than like the suicidal tendencies, very intelligent cats. I love them. And I miss them. That's the problem with animals, they don't live a human lifespan. And like in some ways that's kind of romantic. 'Cause from a dog's perspective, like, a single human can like watch an entire like dog's family like grow up and stuff. That's kind of neat. But it's also kind of tragic. Like, there's a lot of goodbyes you're gonna say as a human being. And some of those are just chance meetings, you know? Some of those are the final goodbye. And you never really know which one, when you talk to when you say goodbye to a friend or family member, if this is the last time you'll ever say it again. And that's pretty melancholy. It's not bleak, it's just, it is what it is. And it's kind of a hard thing to think about as a kid, but as an adult you kind of become more aware of that. That maybe spending holidays with your family is really important. It's kind of sucks with this coronavirus stuff, but if you're not willing to put off 1 year for, you know, all the next that could come later, kind of a ding-dong. That's not to say that there aren't people where this will be their last Christmas, or New Year's, or whatever. Not to say that there are people who didn't get to experience. There's literally 300,000 people in the United States that don't get to experience this Christmas. Or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or whatever holiday they celebrate this holiday season. And that can literally be blamed on our government. Like, that's the sad thing. So remember, going into this holiday season, eat your Congress people. Serve them up for your holiday meal. If you break quarantine or stop social distancing, make sure it's to devour your elected Congress people. And if your local elected people, like your mayors or whatever, your council people, also are total fuckwads, like, maybe eat them too. That's Luppi Ress's holiday meal prep guide for 2020. Remember, it could always get worse, and it probably will. I'm not trying to be bleak there, I'm not even trying to be a realist either, I'm just totally bowled over by the idea that a country that sent people to the moon is literally getting dominated by fake news on the internet. Like, that is an example of actual insanity right there. It really is. And to anybody who really hopes next year is gonna be better, like, I'm there with you, but this year, 2020, like 2016, like 2017, like 2018, isn't the worst year because of random odds playing out. It's because of deliberate choices made by very powerful people, made by society. And we're gonna reap a lot more of those kinds of a lot of those oats, you know? We're gonna reap a lot more of those oats before all is said and done. Unless we change drastically. Which we've really shown no inclination of doing. Like, I don't know, it's easy to talk about this stuff, but at the same time, I'm still just a guy playing video games, you know, like, all the resources that went into making everything for the Nintendo Switch I own, all the games I own, like, what if we just invested that into people? Like, think how many people could have better lives if... I don't know, but then there's that argument that, like, well, if capitalism didn't exist, think of all the people that would have to that wouldn't be born or would suffer and die, blah blah blah. I don't know. There's always costs. I don't know. I guess that's where my brain's gone. There's always costs. But I feel like there could always be a better world. Like, there can always be a better way. You know? Oh dear. Oh no, no, no! I wouldn't have made it either way. Screw that short hop I did. Oof. I'm not doing too hot today. Just not feeling it. Having some good talks though, I feel. My nose is really itchy. I hope you couldn't hear me rubbing my nose on stuff. That'd be a little gross. But you know, I had to do it. It was really itchy. It's funny because, like, people are always like, you never talk. And it's like, because in my youth, every time I talk, I have this unfortunate thing of oversharing. And literally a lot of people in my youth told me, I'd like you better if you didn't talk. So that's my eternal struggle. Not talking versus talking. Because I know exactly what those people who say, oh yeah, you never talk, are gonna say the moment I start talking. They're gonna be like, you overshare. And that's true, I actually do. That is a flaw that needs to be improved at some point. I've literally probably doxed myself a few times just by giving out too much information about my own personal life. Which is funny, because I play a character, or at least I should be playing a character, and I haven't really figured out how to do that. That's the funny thing. I'm kind of a dumb guy. Learning how to do this as I go. It's not a good look. And you can argue it's not even a look at all, it's just, it is. It is what it is, and it is pretty embarrassing most of the time. But hey, I'm having fun, I hope you're having fun. If you're not, why are you even watching this? If you're watching this just to find mean things to, like, scream at me, that's cool too, I guess. You know, we all gotta have our hobbies. I'm glad hating me is yours. I also dislike me occasionally. If I could pour my brain out and stomp on it, I totally would. I really would. Like, if you could pour me out into a computer, I would love to stomp on my own brain. And I know, like, things would turn out more like that one video game where you're both computer copy you and, like, meat body you still. I still want it and legalized, where computer copy me can totally dispose of meat body me however it wants. Preferably by stomping. One good firm stomp should do it. I am a very weak, crumply person. And that's how I want to go. Stomped by my own computer clone. And those of you who think that's horrific, you just need to get with the times. Especially if you're people who are like, oh yeah, transhumanism. I want to date robot girls. No, you're gonna be replaced by robots. Get with it. Get with the program. Humans are failures in almost every regard. Time to pave a new way. The road to the future is littered with human bodies. This sounds like the really bleak stuff a final boss character would say in a really dumb game by a Western developer. Some guy with a lot of tattoos and like a hairstyle that went out of fashion like 20 years ago. Yeah, that's the kind of game we're talking about. That's the kind of game I belong into. Occasionally. I'd like to think I fit in with current society. But I don't know, I like to think I fit in with current society in the sense that I'm capable of viewing the abject horror of it all, and yet I do nothing to change or stop it. That's how I fit in with society. Okay, cool. Is this the run? I don't think so. I'm way too distracted today. But I'm enjoying what I'm talking about, so does it really matter? We've achieved all we want. As long as we keep leveling up, like, does it really matter? Yeah, I got Firefly with them, you know? The old Zap Tap. That's a badge I miss from Paper Mario. They're all badges I miss from Paper Mario, though. They all are. I've never completed a, like, BP, like, max out run. They're always pretty fun, though. Once you get, like, the right badges and the right, like, stuff going, they become pretty ridiculous. Cool, cool, cool. Like, I loved watching YouTube videos of people who do the Danger Mario builds. Like, that's just so wild to me. That you can literally just set it up so that with 1 HP or 5 HP, Mario can demolish anything. Like, that's absolutely nutso. That Goomba gets to live. But only because I don't want to deal with it. Also, that Goomba gets to live too. And I'd love to see, going back to the topic of games I'd love to see that we never will. Like, I'd love to see a Paper Luigi game that follows his journey from Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. Like, if we never get a remake of Thousand Year Door or a proper sequel, I would love to see just Paper Luigi become a thing. I feel like that would be a nice compromise. And we never will, but I can dream, right? Paper Zelda, Paper Luigi, F-Zero GTA. Like, it wouldn't be F-Zero GTA, it would be called, like, Tales of Port Town or whatever. Tales of whatever the world that F-Zero takes place on is called. One of the worlds, because there's multiple worlds. You know what I'm saying, though. Although it probably couldn't have Tails, because isn't the Tails game the only game that's allowed to have Tails in its name? I've never actually, despite owning quite a few, I've never actually played a Tails game. I kid you not. I own the one or two for the Switch. I do own one of the GameCube ones. And I own the GameCube one and its sequel on the PlayStation 3, I think? But I've never played any of them. It just they're a game Nintendo Power talked about back in the day, so they've always been kind of like on my mind in a, oh, this is interesting kind of way. But I've never gotten around to actually playing them. There's a lot of GameCube games like that, though. Games where, like, I read, like, a third of the walkthrough in Nintendo Power and then just bought as a 20-year-old and then never got around to doing anything with. Someday I'd like to do a playthrough for the Incredible Hulk as well. They had very high opinions of the fact you could destroy almost anything in that game. Which, for, like, the year 2000 was actually really impressive. It wasn't literally the year 2000, but, you know, prior to 2000 whatever, like, wherever you want to call, like, the modern era of games, it's kind of impressive. Usually most things were always, like, really separate. So buildings weren't destructible. People didn't really react to you often. So, like, I really do enjoy, like, interactability in video games. That definitely comes from, like, all the time there were so many things you couldn't interact with beyond, like, talking to it or inspecting it. It's always one of my favorite things in games to see. Like, when you can literally, like, ragdoll body, like, random NPCs, that's always great. Not if you need them for stuff, but in terms of making this world feel like something you're actually existing in and not just interacting with, it's pretty golden, personally. Well, that was painful in my heart. I don't have enough coins. The timer's red. I got here a little late, I feel. Personally. Oh no. The way it has to be sometimes. The way things are. When we make them that way. When we make it that way, the way things are. Well, I'm gonna waste the rest of my 300s getting coins. It's not a smart choice, but it's a choice I'm gonna make nonetheless. I don't even have the patience to stay on the stupid cloud the whole time. Oh boy, we're at 5 people already. Cool! Neat. I'd like to see a sequel to Elite Beat Agents 2, if I can have a wish list of random dumb things I want to see. And it's a darn shame that, like, Elite EBA doesn't have, like, a representative in Smash. Just saying. Like, that could be a really cool stage. I'm just saying. Well, probably shouldn't. And at the same time, who's gonna stop me? Not any of you goons. This was a really good warm-up for a special battle, I hope. Even though I didn't play any of the hard stages. Which will inevitably... Yeah, it's another hard stage special battle. You know, my favorite thing in the world. Really? You're gonna do that to me, Luppi? Oh boy, there's 2 of them. Bonus points! Bonus round! That's not just 10 points, it's a full 20. That's a 1/5 of the way to 100. Nice, nice. Where's all the cool enemies, though? New phone, wear this. Notice I didn't ask who. It's always intentional. Usually it's not. Usually it is accidental. But usually it's also intentional. It's the way Luppi do. The way Luppi be. Oh yeah. Let me slay me. Cool beans. Neat. That almost looked like I had the one power-up. You know the one I'm talking about, the Fun Ball. Gumball. From the Game Boy game. You know, Super Mario Lloyd. I got distracted by the person getting KO'd. And my own bad situations constantly happening. Cool. Help me? Okay, if I somehow die here, I'd be very upset. I've come too far to give it up now. Oh dear. I've come too far to give up now. You must face my wrath. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've come too far. Oh no. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. No, kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Okay, this is dumb. I'm gonna die no matter what. Yep, because I'm dumb. That person still had over 100 coins. Well, at least we finally knocked this thing out. That's cool. Omar. Cool. Please tell me that's Representative Omar. Is it Representative Omar? I think so. I might be wrong. That'd be really cool. That moment when you realize nothing you do is gonna save you unless somebody really screws up really badly. I feel like I've been experiencing that a lot so far in these special battles. Or not special battles, in these normal battles. I don't have any chances to show off my sweet skills. Just like yesterday. Which is why I didn't really... Like, it did make me feel bad to lose over an hour of recording. But I also didn't because it really wasn't worth showing, personally. I didn't win. And that's always depressing. And like, it's always sad to lose whatever I talk about. Let's be real, I'm not really thinking that hard about what I'm doing. Like, from my perspective, something priceless and worthless was lost at the same time. And I guess I could have just, like, patched in, like, sound clips from the game like I did to the first video, but never again. That took too long. My computer didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm not doing that ever again. It was fun as a proof of concept. But never again. Unless that kind of video is like the only thing that gets views. Like if people want to see me patch in music, and that's all they want to see in terms of gameplay, like, I don't know. You'd have to pay me a lot of money to do it as a full-time gig. I would not enjoy doing that. Yeah, that's where my feelings stand on the whole stuff thingy. Come on. There we go. Look at that one guy in the red. Will he survive? Will he die? You never know. He's still going. Crepes. Instead of saying... I don't know, like, I think the easiest way to get yourself to stop saying a word is to consciously replace it with a similar sounding word. And then eventually your brain will just stop saying it completely and will go for the second word. Which sounds stupid, and it is, but let's be real, brains are dumb, and they need to be tricked in any way possible to function. So if saying crepes instead of crazy works, that's what I'm gonna do. Not high enough. It's like some sort of dance party in there. There's only 9 of us left. Come on, get to 5 before we go red, please. Give me a party of suckers here. Just hand me the win. That's what I like. I like it when I get a win that's just handed to me. It's my favorite kind of winning. Ooh, 7-2. You don't know, I've had a lot of practice on this stage. Is it enough to survive? Barely. I get impatient, and also, I am very dumb. You see, the risks I take are calculated, dear viewer. But I, Luppi Rest, am bad at math. Ho-ho. Not so bad at math now. I say, losing at Donkey Kong Jr. Educational version. Neat. Yeah, I bet that wasn't in anybody's projections for the coming fiscal quarter. Zapping a Bowser underwater. Under the sea. Under the sea. Oh my gosh, we're already at 4 people. Could this be my round? Did I just need a round full of ding-dongs and squid? Is that all I need? My greatest ally. 4-legged white masked things. Yes. And then there were 3. I don't feel like I have enough coins to survive, but I also feel like nobody else does too. So going through the easy levels at this point is a boon. Potentially. On the other hand, I could get flooded with hard enemies if they keep pushing the issue. But that's a coin flip because sometimes I can handle those hard enemies. You never know. Sometimes I'm fine and sometimes I crumble. The Luppi Rest way. Let's get ready to rumble. When did this become a Christmas song? Oh, it's always a Christmas song, isn't it? Boop. Yeah, I'm not seeing any enemies. These ding-dongs are trying to bleed me out, aren't they? Oops. Well, you know what, Bowser? I don't care. I've got Mercy Invincibility. The greatest power-up is Mercy Invincibility. Oh no, you're at the wrong thing. Come on, breathe fire. Oh, man. You're the worst. You know that? You are literally the worst. And now you're somebody else's problem, I say. Greatly overestimating how helpful this garbage can be on occasion. So many Bowsers. they all get to die. Many turtles are wondering why, oh why. For those of you wondering why I have, like, Dr. Seuss meter stuck in my head, I don't know. Maybe it's something in that Subway bread. I did have Subway yesterday. It's been a while, and I was craving subs. Actually, I really wanted deli wraps, but you know, apparently a trip to Martin's is a two beyond anybody who can actually drive in this household. I say, like, I have any ability to say anything about how other people spend in my household. Being the only person who's unemployed and brings in no money at all. And is actually a huge cost. Yeah, that's Luppi. I'm a parasite. Maybe just like you. Maybe. Okay, we're getting pretty close to the period of time I like to call the danger zone. And the other two guys are still going pretty strong, it seems. So that's interesting. Oh yeah. I like this. Basically no enemies. Fun zone. Fun zone on a bun zone. Neat. Just the way I like it. Damage free! Take that. Remember, damage free does not mean consequent free. Cool. Cool. Oops, did it the wrong way. Or did I? How many? Okay, I need you. I need the star. Yeah, star power this, baby. Nice. Give me all the sideways Koopas. They always ruin people's games eventually. Look at those people with all their— oh my goodness, look at me. With all these Lockatoos. Cool. Look at me. With all my skills. And not having to worry about this shit. Nice. I am just drowning in enemies. Sweet. The way it should be. Okay, come on. I'm willing to waste time to slay you. Alright, and I didn't get a chance to slay him. Cool beans. Cool beans. Oh dear, that was a bad choice to make. Oh man. I had to pan into the fire, you know? I will— oh, they're not dead yet. Come on. Come on, one of you can die. I'm willing to wait. I've got a minute. I'm willing to wait. I've got a minute. I want to know. This is gonna take like 5 minutes, isn't it? This is gonna be one of those ones where it's just really long. Nobody's gonna make a mistake. I was really out of my league here. Even if I didn't die, I would have died at some point. These guys know what they're doing. Look at that guy just plowing through Lockatoo. Can you see that? You can't. Like, that guy was just plowing through. This guy's plowing through too, though. He doesn't have very many coins, though. This guy's still got a crap load of coins. Yeah, this guy's kind of screwed. Yep. Poor Brad. He did what he could. We'll do one more. We're not gonna win it, definitely. I think tonight's shown us that the competition is a little fierce today. But we are gonna try our best. And then it's time for some special battle, and that's gonna bring me down. It always does. It always does. Okay, as long as I don't bounce the mushroom out of my own way, it's fine. As long as I don't lose the mushroom on Goombas, it's fine. As long as I don't lose the fire flower on Goombas, it's fine. All this is really making me want to do is play Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels. It really is. I played it as a kid on the Game Boy Color version of Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. I got stuck on World 7, I think. Or maybe World 8. There's a level with a very long jump, and I never figured out how to do it. So there's a part of me like, in this modern world of video game tips on the internet, there's no way we're not gonna beat this if we try. It's just gonna be very painful to get through, because that is a game full of very hard, dumb shit. It really is. It's very, very, very painful. Or at least it is when you're a young kid. Maybe it's not, maybe. Because when I was a kid, like, Super Mario Brothers used to seem like such a long game to play. You know? Like, you'd play all night. And I play Super Mario 35, and it's like, yeah, you can play some of these levels in mere minutes. I don't know. Well, I haven't had a single... I don't think I've had a KO all night, really, right? That might be wrong. I might have had one or two, but... I really feel like I haven't had a KO all night. That's wild. That's unfortunate. That's probably contributing to my losing streak more than anything. Other than my excited talking the entire time. Getting distracted. But if the right topic comes up, like, I'm glad to be distracted and lose, then be silent and win. Or be silent and lose, that's the worst situation. You know what, let's just zoom through. It looks like 1-2's on the way. Yeah. Got 16 people. Really looks like I'm probably gonna want to keep my coins up. But definitely multiple people already have 100 coins. Oops. Oh, that's fun. When the file you started uploading on YouTube finally gets done processing at 2 in the morning. That's awesome. It was only like 4 hours. Like, I started this at like 10 something. So yeah, it was literally like almost 4 hours of uploading and processing. Neat. Love to see it. To be fair, it is like a 3-hour long video, so enjoy that special battle video whenever it comes up. I mean, if you're watching this one, you already did, so... What can I say? What can I do? Except mess with the timeline. Oh no. Okay. I'll just have to be extra murdery to all these creatures then. Oh cool, there's 2 of them stacked on top of each other. I love it when that actually helps me out, as opposed to like, tricks me. That's never fun to get tricked. I don't care. I mean, I kinda do. I really need all the coins I can get. Nice. Worth it to lose those 20 to gain another, like, 20. Cool, cool, cool. Or 30 or so, I don't know. Who's counting? We still have 16 people? But that's the amount we had the last time I looked. That doesn't seem very kosher. That's very kosher, actually. Come on. I still haven't gotten a single KO. Guess people are too skilled for old Luppi and my tricks. Let's see how far I can go in this final round. Turns out I get 16th place. All 16 of us keep going. Why does that always happen? The moment I comment on it, that's when they drop. Well, at least we'll have 15 people going to the finals this way. Now you're just making me look like a jerk, game. I'd appreciate it, but I really don't. If only I was a few seconds late. It looked really cool. Well, that's unfortunate. Oof. Neat. That's a waste of coins, but you know. Cool. I'll take it. Nice. I don't like the wind. I can hear it blow outside. I think. I hope that was the wind. That was a pretty weird noise. Yeah, it's the wind, I can hear it. It feels like the wind. There we go. My nose itches again, but this time on the inside. Fair enough. Okay, I got a chance to rub it well, knocking all those coins out of that block. Cool. Now let me get this power up. Wow, there's only 12 of us now. Neat. Fascinating. Oh, there's a Bowser. Take that, you ding-dong. I need more coins. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Ask yourself, how can someone this skilled always be so incompetent? Can always lose. Always. It's not fair. It's not right. I deserve to win every time. Petition Nintendo so that I can win every time. Hey Nintendo, Lup Fest. Oh yes. Okay, it's gone red. We haven't... We still have 12 people. That's kind of what I was expecting, but not really. But little lower than I was hoping for. A little higher than I need. Like, I don't know. The situation makes me uncomfortable. I'll say at least, like, this is a very uncomfortable situation to be in for me, personally. Oops. Like, look at that guy. He's zooming. What course is that? Too high for Luppi to understand. Here I am, just goofing off in 1-2, like a goon. Hey, you're not supposed to do that. Really? Well, it doesn't matter what they do. What matters is what I do. Aw, man, I lost all my coins. But I gained so much time, it was worth it. This is the magical time that it is worth it, isn't it? Of course, it got the Goomba, but not the Piranha Plant. Neat. It's what I hate to oh, I'm here again. Okay. Oh boy, that saved my life. Because I'm dumb. I'm a very dumb boy. I'm the dumbest one of all. People are always like, how can we help you save your own life? Because you are a dumb. Dummy dum. And you are going to die if we leave you alone too long. I have yet to get a KO. That's unfortunate. Like, that's the real crime against humanity right there. Why have I not gotten a single KO? Oh, here we go. It's only 3-3? Fine, I guess it wasn't an advanced stage. I just have a bad memory. I was really impressed, though, whoever did it. But I guess it's... Oh, I need to use my timer. Or, my coins. I need to die. I need to die a lot more than I am now. I am kinda screwed. At this point in the game, nothing I do is gonna save my life. But hey, at least we're down to 7 people. This is gonna become a real rat's race of... a real who's who of rat's races, I guess. Oh, yeah, you just freaking ruined my life. Thanks, buds. Thanks, friend. Even thankies. Even thank years. Even thank years. Actually, you know what? That's probably a smart way to do this. I don't have the time. I want to finish in the 5th place at least. Please let me finish in 5th place. None of this 6th place garbage, please. Please let me. Oh, I'm dead. No matter what I do, I'm dead. Maybe not. It's a long shot. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh man. At least I got 4th. Better than 5th. Let's spectate some of these ding-dongs. Oh my god. Holy crap! He got all the KOs! Well, no crap, because he just runs through it. Oh my god. Look at these ding-dongs. They're pros. And that's it. That's the game. No shit. 92 stars, 82 stars. This was their game to win. Wow. Well, I'm done. I'm defeated. I'm deflated. We got to level 78. We didn't win a single game in an hour and a half, but you know, that's not what it's all about. It's all about a special battle. You can find me there in a future video. Have fun. Be good. I'll see you again. someday. Bye.